Is it really true that a billionaire disclosed that the price of Tesla stock will eventually approach $5,000? Tesla's valuations might be seen as either absurdly high or low. In fact, one of the most popular stocks on the market right now is Tesla. Divergent opinions exist among investors on Tesla's valuation. Remember this information? As of November 4th, 2022, NASDAQ announced that Tesla's market cap was $655.13 billion. Despite the fact that Tesla's price per share is currently quite low, roughly $200, some people think it will rise quickly. Tesla has developed a premium brand image without investing a penny in conventional advertising, which continues to drive high consumer demand. With a 19% market share in the first half of 2022, the business really led the auto industry in sales of battery electric cars once more. That achievement has been attributed to a number of variables, one of which being a notable cost advantage in the production of battery packs. Revenue increased by 60% to $67.2 billion in the previous year. However, Tesla's announcement of an industry-best operating margin of 16.2% was even more remarkable. As a result, free cash flow increased by 165% to $6.9 billion. Tesla just released its third quarter financial results. With revenue and net income of $21,454 and $3.292 million, respectively, Tesla recorded sales of $621 million, up from $385 million in the previous year. Despite the present decline in Tesla's stock price, investor Leo Kogawan said that a $1 trillion share repurchase may eventually raise the company's price to $5,000. The third largest individual shareholder in Tesla stock, billionaire Leo Kogawan, urged the automaker to announce a $15 billion stock buyback in May as the company's share price continued to decline. Kogawan wrote in a tweet to Tesla's head of investor relations, Martin Vita, that the business ought to make public its intentions to repurchase $5 billion of Tesla stock this year and $10 billion next year. He went on to say that Tesla should pay the repurchase using its free cash flow and not deplete its current cash holdings of $18 billion. In another tweet, Kogawan stated that during the first quarter of the year, Tesla's free cash flow was $2.2 billion. He continued by saying that after capital expenditures are taken into account, he anticipates it to rise to $8 billion this year and $17 billion the next year. Additionally, he stated that Tesla may repurchase its cheap stock in addition to investing in additional factories, its Optimus bot, and fully autonomous driving. Silently, Leo Kogawan has accumulated one of the largest shares in Elon Musk's business. Despite being a millionaire in his own right, Kogawan revealed in a September 2021 tweet that the value of his purported stake had increased to $4, $5, and ultimately over $7 billion that year. Kogawan tweeted, "I believe in Elon's great mission," when Musk replied to a tweet from Kogawan in the second week of October. Speculators began to speculate that Tesla was experiencing a compression of its P/E ratio, which could only be resolved by a buyback or a twofold increase in earnings. Musk only said, "Noted," in response, stoking rumors that Tesla would undertake its first ever share repurchase. Leo Kogawan, an Indonesian billionaire and founder of She International, has been a longtime supporter of Tesla and presently holds over 23,201,500 shares of the EV startup. Leo Kogawan has been a vocal supporter of Tesla's share buyback, as was previously noted. If Tesla is able to complete a $1 trillion repurchase between 2026 and 2023, Kogawan predicts that the company's market capitalization will reach enormous heights by 2030. Kogawan asked Tesla to repurchase 100 billion shares between 2022 and 2026, and then 1 trillion shares between 2026 and 2030 through a tweet. According to the wealthy investor, Tesla will remove 1 billion shares from the 3.14 billion shares that are currently accessible, bringing the total number of outstanding shares down to about 2.14 billion, if it buys back its shares at $1,000 per share between 2026 and 2030. With fewer shares at stake, investors may be delighted if the stock price rockets from $3,000 to $5,000 per share. During the most recent Q3 2022 earnings call, Tesla executives and CEO Elon Musk himself discussed a number of topics, including the company's stock repurchase. At the board level, the buyback idea has been discussed in great detail. In general, the board believes that a buyback makes sense, but we want to make sure that the procedure is followed correctly. However, Musk stated, "We could definitely do a buyback of between $5 and $10 billion. Musk clarified that Tesla can still perform a $5 to $10 billion repurchase, even in the worst-case scenario for the upcoming year, even though 2023 might prove to be a challenging year. Of course, board approval and review are still waiting. We'll probably carry out a sizable buyback, Musk stated. Even while the market could be centered on the near term, he continued, it is crucial to concentrate on the long term. Given its recent financial success and low debt load, it is reasonable to conclude that Tesla is more than merely an automobile manufacturer. Tesla may even be able to finance a share repurchase if it is able to increase its earnings. Kogawan just shared a profit model for Tesla's robot taxi in yet another tweet. According to him, Tesla could make its own tiny robot taxi for $200 profit year by selling the car to private owners for $100,000 per FSD and keeping up to 20 to 40% in fees. If Tesla is able to execute this plan well, Kogawan thinks that the returns will be very beneficial to the stockholders. Kogawan asserts, like the majority of Tesla bulls, that he is more optimistic about Tesla's future. Kogawan shares Musk's belief that Tesla will have a phenomenal fourth quarter this year. Recall that Musk expressed his opinion at the most recent Q3 2022 earnings call that even if the Fed is raising interest rates more than necessary, they will soon come to their senses and lower them once more. I cannot emphasize we have excellent demand for Q4, and we expect to sell every car that we make for as far into the future as we can see, Tesla's chief executive officer stated. It seems that Musk is not alone in this attitude among Tesla's third largest investor. Retail Tesla investors actually increased their purchases of Tesla shares in Q3 2022, despite the fact that Tesla vehicle deliveries fell short of analyst projections. Avander Research states that retail investors purchased around $500 million worth of Tesla stock in the first few days of October. This indicates that the street's disappointment with Tesla's Q3 2022 vehicle delivery estimates had no effect on retail Tesla investors, who might even view the current turmoil as a purchasing opportunity. Despite its volatility this year, Tesla's stock has outperformed other megacap technology equities on average. Although Tesla's stock has dropped 29% so far this year, the New York Stock Exchange's FANG Plus index has had a greater, noteworthy decrease of 34%. Leo Kogawan, the king of Tesla retail, is said to have gained a fortune recently by making a major investment in the company. Kogawan, the creator of Xi International, and a company was included in the Forbes 400 for 2022. Analysts think investors have solid reason to think Tesla can increase production efficiency going forward. Logistics expenses should decrease as Gigafactory Berlin's production ramps up and fewer cars are sent to Europe. Additionally, Tesla is using a single-piece casting method in Austin and Berlin that has resulted in a 70% decrease in the quantity of welding robots needed for each unit of capacity. This indicates that by casting the Model E's front and rear bodies as a single piece of metal, the firm is saving time and money on welding. Tesla's primary source of profitability, according to Musk, would eventually come from its fully autonomous software, and software companies typically have far larger margins than manufacturers. In light of this, Tesla plans to start producing robot taxis in 2024. The EV firm Tesla is now receiving high expectations from investors, which may cause volatility in the price. However, investors who are willing to take on some risk should give serious consideration to purchasing a modest position in this incredible growth stock, as Tesla has repeatedly demonstrated its ability to produce disruptive innovation. According to a UBS Evidence Lab, if Tesla is successful in its goal of upending the industry's mobility with robot taxis, the market may grow to $2 trillion by 2030. 10 years from now, this $850 billion corporation might be worth much more, but returns of 13,600% are improbable. Leo Kogawan, the third largest individual stakeholder in Tesla, disclosed that a $1 trillion share buyback could potentially raise the company's share price to $5,000 in the future. Once more, let's emphasize the word future, as many have already noted. Tesla is now struggling, but many believe the electric vehicle manufacturer will succeed in the long run. Considering that it is anticipated to occur in the future, a $5,000 price tag might not be too unlikely to occur once more. For access to additional content about Tesla stocks, be sure to subscribe to this channel.